narrow defeat this afternoon in the FA Trophy, but overall there must be plenty of positives to take from the game.
Yeah, but ultimately it's a cup competition, one that I've enjoyed recently. To be out of it really is galling, I think, like you said. But there was a lot of encouraging signs going that way, but the goals and the manner in which we concede goals at this moment in time needs addressing, and it's that personnel is going to do that. That's simple as that. So it's been really difficult for me in the 3 weeks or 3.5 weeks I've been here because of the games programme, and we still have got another game Tuesday and another game Saturday with a long trek. But we're going to get some, I think there'll be 1 or 2 new faces coming in, well, I know there will, and I think there'll be people who I feel can get to a level very, very quickly that I need in my team. So, look, they had a really good go today, but to concede it within 25 seconds of the restart is ultimately shot ourselves in the foot. We've come to a place where I think these are one of the better teams in our division, and we've took up the task, to be honest. So they've marched honest second half performance. We probably should have scored 3 or 4 more goals. That's decision making when we're getting into the vital area on the pitch, or lack of composure therefore when we get that opportunity. So, but these are things that, you know, it's not the first time I've seen it. It's sort of a recurring thing. We look like a really decent attacking outfit, but we don't look like we're built on too much solid foundation.
I say, depleted with injuries, etc. There must be plenty of encouragement as well with the team we have.
Well, the youngsters that went on, other than not being ready 46 minutes, they're still in the room. All of them went on there and it had positive effects. And Joey, Kingsley, Victor, all went on there and done themselves no harm whatsoever. They've gone on and had a positive effect on the game. Victor's managed to pop up at the far post. I thought, like I said, as an attacking entity throughout the whole game, we looked like a real threat. And that's always a good thing. Look, at the end of the day, you've got to outscore your opponent to win a football match. And if you're solid enough in the back third of the pitch and in the goal, then you win that game. But we weren't solid enough at the back, and that's harsh, but it's true.
A word on one of the attacking players, Kai Corbett, obviously third goal in as many games. Did you know he had that in him when you brought him in?
Look, like I said to you, I want to bring people to the club that aren't going to take time to get to the level of performance that I require or I demand. He's one of them people. I know what his quality he's got, and I think, you know, whilst it didn't work out totally for him at Chelmsford, he made 40 appearances in the National League last year. He's ending at the final of this competition. So the ability's there. It's having a guy who looks after a person like that has got, you know, certain traits that some managers might not like, might not put up with, or whatever you want to call it. But then, look, that's about management. It's managing different people, different horses for different courses. And he's had a huge positive effect, not just the goals he scored. I think you can see him and Arthur both have got a really good understanding already, and that's very, we didn't know each other from Adam, you know, 2 weeks ago. So from that point of view, that's a real positive. Pemi's looking like a massive handful every time he plays. So like I said, in an attacking sense, I thought Isaac Picardo did well today. He gave us he gave us balance, he gave us a constant stream of balls from the left-hand side. So there's been a lot of positives today, honestly, and I'm not usually one to be too positive after I've lost, but I understand that performance-wise, that was as good as we've been in the second half for a little while, I think. And the biggest thing for me is we kept going all the way to the end of the game. We've had a drop-off in a lot of games and conceded goals late on. We didn't look like conceding a goal in the second half because we were on the front foot and making them defend their box. And then, you know, give them credit. Their goalie, he didn't get man of the match, but I'm fairly sure he was probably their best player.
As you mentioned, games keep coming thick and fast. Tuesday night we look to Sussex Transport Senior Cup, but a competition, obviously you've had success here in the past. Our last success under you, in fact.
Oh, well, I didn't know that, but it's likely it's the only competition we can realistically win this season that we're left in. So, look, I treat every game as I even did with my kids when they were little. I want to win. I want to win every game. So I'll be playing or picking a side or a group of players to take on that game that we feel can win. I mean, we're playing against a team who I think are unbeaten in about 19 or 20 games before this weekend. So it's not going to be an easy task. Like I said, a lot of the lads who are here have come from below the level, and they're getting to know what's required at this level. So we need to show why them players are here, and hopefully we can make the passage into the next round of that competition, because we didn't manage to do that today.
And finally, a word on our travelling support this afternoon.
Yeah, fantastic. Again, they're always great. Listen, they come anywhere to follow the name on the front of the shirt, not the one on the back, and I think that's fantastic. They've stayed behind and clapped the boys. Like I said, you often get a reaction from the crowd will really give me an idea how they feel that the team have played. And I think to a man, there's not one of the players that I don't think will give him what they've got now. Whether their level of output is what I want is yet to be seen with some of them, because they haven't played enough football. One or two I've already made my mind up and have chats with. And like I said, I am big on recruitment just in the summer and just in the window of January. I think recruitment should be fluid, and we can do that at this level. So there will be one or two, like I said, going out the door, and there will be one or two coming in, I hope.